Alright, you guys, Ben Shell from Old Town Lansing, Michigan. I've seen a lot of things on YouTube for building smokers, and so I thought I'd try and give it a challenge myself to build one. The motivation for me to build a smoker is we got the Grand River right across the street. We've got catfish, smallmouth bass, rock bass, largemouth bass, pike, catfish, steelhead, salmon, all kinds of fish that we can cook. I personally get tired of just always eating a fried fish, so we're gonna try and smoke it. And I built a smoker. I got a few ideas off of YouTube on how to do it, and I built mine. And I'm making this video to show you what I did with mine, because that's where I got my inspiration and knowledge from, as far as to build a smoker. And it was fairly easy if you have some simple construction skills. This is my smokehouse that I made. It took me 2 days to make it on the Labor Day weekend. I started at Friday when I got off of work, and then through the Saturday, and today's Sunday, and I got it all clear coated and everything to protect it from the rain. But this is basically it. It's a simple box concept. I didn't use any type of glues. I used no glues. I used no galvanized metals, anything like that. Everything's stainless and natural woods. I was trying to figure out, I made my box and I didn't really know where to go with it from there, but it was just kind of like, as I thought of it, kind of an idea is how I came together with this. But I made a little locking system right here. It's got three sides, one stationary, a middle pin for the lock pin, and then the front face right here. And to open it, I just flip this right here and I open it up. Okay. I've got 4 racks here. 3 of them are cooking. One of them is for the cookie sheets. The cookie sheets is primarily just to make sure that we don't get no grease on our hot plate or electric burner down here. And this one's kind of a different one. I've never seen it before. I don't have coils. It's just a flat top. I'm anxious to see how it works. And then I've got an old cast iron plate for it. And I put a hole right here in the middle, if you can see down in there. Since smoke raises, everybody's got theirs coming out the side and everything like that, but I got mine coming out of the bottom. Since hot air rises and everything, I took it out of the bottom so I'm not losing nothing, and that's where my electrical comes out at. I made my shelves. All I did is just put it in a table saw, measured over 3/4 on both sides, slid it through, made a groove right here, then cut an extra plate on top. The reason why I got that little extra thing up top is because when you get it out and you got food on it, that little thing right there is going to prevent it from flipping over with the food. I was at Goodwill the other day, and we like to eat a lot of chicken and we smoke it and everything like that. So I was like, well, why not have a rotisserie? So I picked this up right here, the rotisserie, for like $1.50 is all it costed. And we'll shove it in a turkey or a chicken, whatever. We'll take the plates out and we'll be able to have a rotisserie in here for smoking it. I picked these up right here. I got 4 of them for like $20 from Dicker and Dill. From Dicker and Dill, they got an appliance store. They hooked me up with those. The plywood itself was like $30 a sheet. I got a mid-grade plywood, pretty good. $30 a sheet. I got 2 of them to build this. I went to Home Depot. I went to Lowe's, Menards. I also went to a couple other hardware stores, and nobody carried shake singles for cedar. And so I was like, you know what? This is a last minute kind of a project. I got to get crafty here. So I had these door shims. These are all door shims that I put on the roofing right here. Every one of them are door shims, and that's how I made it. My roof. I kind of like it because it's like a downscale of like a house, if you would. And so those little shims turned out really nice for it. I like that. Now the shelf right here, I couldn't figure out how to make a locking mechanism down at the bottom right here. To either put a piece of wood and turn it or whatever. But basically all I did is I put it on some hinges, and I took a grinder for cutting metal, and I put a little 1/4-inch grind mark in it with a 45 on my stand, and I just set it in there. And this is so I can set food on. And people are saying, well, is it going to tip over if I put any weight on it? Well, you go like this and you can clearly see, you know, that little bit will hold the whole entire house. So that was probably 60, 65 pounds of pressure right there I just put on it. So no, it's not going to go anywhere. I put a digital timer, or not a timer, I put a digital thermostat in here. You just click it like that, and it's going to tell you in Fahrenheit, or you can change it to Celsius. This was like $12 at Ace Lumberyard. But it'll tell you the degrees in there, and you can shut it off. I put it down at an angle too. That way the heat gets right on the tip of it, and you can really tell what your temperature is. Plus it holds it in there real nice. I put this in here with a metal grinder as well. Should be pretty good. Right here on the side, right here, I made a little damper right here on the side for the holes so it breathes in through the bottom. And all I did was just put this up here, hold it, and just put my hole straight through. I put a couple of roofing nails in with some grooves that I made with a table saw, and you can just slide it like this back and forth so you can control your air in here. This was kind of tricky. I needed to figure out how to do this so I could hang it and get it correctly done correctly the first time. So what I did is after I built the box, I cut a slice in right here, straight line. Then I attached my hinges. Just a little trick. So cut it first, attach your hinges, then cut out the rest of your box. Therefore your door stays in one spot and you don't have to do any adjusting later. It makes it super easy. Once it's cut, you just leave it alone and you're good. But this took like a day and a half. I didn't buy a smoker because I thought that they were kind of, expensive for what it is that I got going on. But after the casters, because it rolls around, it's got wheels on the bottom. After everything, I've probably invested about $180, $190 into it. But I was just showing you my project, and we're going to try and enjoy this. We're going to give it a shot and see what comes out of it. I hope you guys like this video. Oh, one more thing. For the chimney up top, it's an actual chimney. And if you can see up here, it spins around, and I cut it out, and I took this off of one of my old grills, and it'll allow the smoke. I can ventilate from the top and the bottom, because they say that you always want to smoke around 200, 250 degrees. So thanks for watching. And once again, Ben Shell from Old Town Lansing. You guys have a good day.